All right, what's going on, everyone? It's Cody with Nothing But Cardboard, and today I have a PSA reholder back in my hands. Stay tuned. Let's walk through the process and show you the results. All right, as mentioned in the preview, this is our first PSA reholder service that we have had. So I wanted to walk through the process and tell you guys exactly what it looked like, why it happened in the first place, and ultimately, like, let's be honest, show you what the results of this service was. So let's get away with the boring stuff first. So this card in here is a Bill Belichick rookie. I believe it's from the Pro set. And I had it reholdered because I previously got it graded. It gemmed out, and then after it gemmed, I sold the card on eBay for north of $300. So as we know, any card over $200 on eBay goes to an authenticator to certify that the slab is legit. Blah blah blah. So I sold the card, sent it off to get it authenticated prior to receiving or prior to delivering to the buyer. I insured the package because I generally do this for any package, over a certain dollar threshold. And I got a message from the authenticator that says that it was rejected. So of course, emotionally checked my eBay messages because I knew it was legit. Come to find out, the slab was damaged during transit. So after receiving the card back from the authenticator, because they are not going to send it to the buyer got his money back, or their money back, and I filed an insurance claim. It took a couple weeks, unfortunately. That's not how it's designed to be, but the buyer wasn't working with me. But anyways, the slab was damaged upon return. I worked with the insurance company to get my claim, and I got all of the money back from the purchase, or from the sale. So I got the card back damaged, and I got the $300 plus from eBay. The card, when I received it, the damage was very minimal. The front of the slab and the back of the slab had a surface crack, but it wasn't so significant that I believed it would have impacted the quality of the card. But because I got my money back for the card, and because the damage was so minimal, I decided to utilize PSA's reholder service. So essentially, you send back the card to PSA in the current state, and they receive the card, they crack it, and then they regrade it, which is something that I didn't put together, although it makes sense, right? If you have a damaged slab and you're asking for it to be reholdered, they're gonna regrade the card. So I was extremely nervous because, one, I don't know what's gonna happen when they crack open the slab. Will they potentially damage the card or not? Two, you never know with PSA, are they gonna give you the same grade? Are they gonna deem you again? Or am I just gonna get completely demolished and it goes from a 10 to an 8? Who knows? So I was kind of nervous for a couple weeks, and then it popped. So I'm gonna crack this open real quick. I'm gonna flip the camera because I only have one today, and then we'll see what the results are. All right, so before I show the card, I did want to just mention something about the insurance claim process just to make this video a little bit more informative. So if you sell on eBay and you insure a card that gets damaged in transit to the buyer or to the authenticator, you can file an insurance claim to receive your money back for that damage, because in most cases, that card is probably completely destroyed. So what you need to know as a seller that has insured a package that was damaged is a couple things. One, communicate effectively and efficiently with your buyer. What I mean by that is, once your buyer notifies you, or let's just disregard the authenticator. If the buyer notifies you that there is damage to the card during transit, then what you need is the package to be returned with the card. And then once you have that information, you can once you have that back in your hands, you can file your insurance claim. I don't do the USPS insurance because it's a little bit more expensive than, I believe it's ship cover insurance through eBay. That's the party that I utilize. So key things to note, once again, is work with your buyer to acquire all of the original materials, including the bubble mailer or whatever you use to ship. and then you can utilize that information to submit your claim. We're not going to go through that whole process. Just be sure to work with your buyer, because they can very well not ship back the materials, and depending on which insurance company you utilize, they may give you a hassle. Now, in my case with Authenticator, I would also recommend working with the buyer, because with my case, the Authenticator identified damage. They returned it before it even was received by the buyer. So the ship cover insurance company asked me to get the buyer to confirm that they never received the card. Otherwise, I'd had to wait 30 days for the insurance claim to be processed if they determined that it was in my favor, which in this case, it was in my favor, but the buyer never responded within 30 days. So I had to wait an entire month just to get my money back. So nevertheless, all of that boring information is out there. Let's get into the actual reholdered slab of Bill Belichick in his rookie card. All right, so I did the unthinkable. I already looked at this grade because I wanted to know what it was, and it came back a Gem Mint 10. So I know this was a super drawn out graded card reveal, but at the end of the day, the Bill Belichick, the Pro Line portraits, that was a 10, got damaged during transit to Authenticator, came back, was reholdered, and got another Gem Mint 10. So I had the opportunity of selling this card once again, and ultimately all the proceeds are a profit. I know that this is a special case. I know not in every situation you're going to be able to regrade a card that's damaged during transit. But if you learn anything from this, there's two things. One, insure high dollar cards, because anything under 100 is covered by USPS. Anything over 100 is not. So general rule of thumb is if it's over $100, I insure it. Two, be kind with your buyers. 99% of them are probably being honest and fair and reasonable, and they're not trying to scam you. So if it's damaged during transit, work with them, get the materials back, get the card back, and then file a claim. If it's through the Authenticator, the Authenticator is really great. They work really quickly. They get you the card back, but they send you a whole bunch of pictures via eBay to support your insurance claim, regardless of you having insured the package or not. They just send you that information just as a general courtesy. But nevertheless, got another Bill Belichick rookie PSA 10. It's on the market. If you're interested, check it out.